Every day means every day. My name is Brandon Burns, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a four-step process of how you can shield yourself from the toxic influences of the new world that we find ourselves within. And I know that that probably sounds like the beginning to a conspiracy theory video, and that may or may not be valid. But my point is this. I believe that right now we live in a society that has been curated for comfort. I mean, you just think about the microwave instant gratification world that we live in with Uber Eats and with DoorDash and dating apps and just all the different things. I'm not saying that these are bad things in and of themselves, but what I am saying is that we have been trained over and over and over and over again to become a little bit weaker. Everything we want, we can have on a whim. Everything we want, we can have at the snap of our fingers. And when you do that often enough and you don't do difficult, challenging things, you don't face adversity, you don't stress yourself and push yourself, you begin to, in a very real way, become less. And I think that's a very, very dangerous thing. And we can sit here all day long and talk about, well, are they doing that to us on purpose to make us weaker and more easily controlled? And I will say that weak people are very profitable and very controllable, where strong, independent thinking people are not. You can do with that information what you will. But my point is, there are certain things that we can do to combat against the influences and the forces that we find all around us in this new world, as I'm going to call it. Now, here's the four-step process. Step number one is isolate. Yes, I'm publicly condoning and endorsing isolation. Now, I don't mean don't not talk to your friends and family ever again, but what I do mean is put your phone down and take some time to yourself. If you need to go rent a cabin in the woods somewhere for a weekend, then do that. But unplug from the constant influences that you find all around yourself. It's sometimes hard to even think our own thoughts in this world because there's TikTok, there's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's LinkedIn, there's advertisements everywhere we look. People are fighting for mental real estate in our minds. And so often we never put up a fight. We just let them take however much mental real estate they would like to have. And that's a very dangerous thing because now you're not truly in control of your own thoughts. So step one is unplug for a minute, isolate yourself, even if it's for 10, 15, 20 minutes a day of just meditation. Or even if it's not, meditation in the sense of breath work or humming some sort of incantation, literally just sit there and have white space on your calendar and turn your phone on D&D and don't look at anything and just close your eyes and be present and be alone and be with yourself. And I promise you, if you make a habit out of that, it will change everything. Your mind needs to flush itself of the debris that's constantly getting stuck in there every so often. When you do that, I'm telling you, it's going to allow you to think so much more clearly about everything in your life. So, number one is isolate. Number two is do hard things. Make a habit out of doing difficult things. This is why I'm so big on every day means every day. If you join my app today at everydaymeanseveryday.com, you're going to see daily cold showers, daily workouts, nutrition tracking, doing coaching videos that are only 5 minutes, but it forces you to learn more every single day. It's these small things that add up that over time you start to look in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm the kind of person who challenges myself. I'm the kind of person who does difficult things. I'm the kind of person who pushes and stretches my capacity and really reaches for my potential on a daily basis, not just an occasional basis. That is critical. That is critical. You have to do hard things so that you can learn through firsthand experience that you're the type of person who's capable of doing hard things. Not to mention, it calluses your mind. If you've never done a cold shower, if you've never gone for a run when you didn't want to, if you've never sat down and held a plank for as long as you could till your arms gave out with no music, no timer, no television, no podcast, nothing, just you and a little bit of pain. If you've never done that, how in the world could you possibly make difficult, challenging decisions when faced with adversity, when faced with a question of character? How are you going to do it? Because you haven't been prepared. You have to put yourself in those situations before you need the benefits of those situations. Okay? Train yourself. Do hard things daily, not occasionally. Number three, I need you to find a mission bigger than yourself. Number one, we're isolating. We're getting ourselves clear. We're getting clear headed. We're thinking straight. then we're callousing our minds. We're building up some discipline. We're building up a little bit of grit. Third, you got to apply that new version of you, that clear, calloused version of you. In what direction are you going to apply it? That's why you need a mission bigger than yourself. If you are as big as your vision gets, it's not going to be enough. Eventually, you will run into something that's so challenging, that's so great, that's so demanding, that's so difficult that if all you're fighting for is yourself, you're going to say, you know what? This is not worth it anymore. You have to have a bigger vision. Now, it could be, for some of you, it's going to be your family. It's going to be, I want to be the right best person I can be for my children or for my wife or, my spouse, whoever it is. Or for some of you, it's going to be a spiritual thing. You're going to say, you know what? I just want well done, thy good and faithful servant. I want God to be proud of me. For others of you, you're going to have a mission. You're going to have something that you want to change in the world. You want to clean up the oceans. You want to empower people to be their best selves like I do. You want to, I don't know what it is for you, but you have a mission that you're attached to. And that is the thing that keeps you going. And it allows you to channel all of this energy that you're going to create from getting clear headed, from doing the hard things, from disciplining yourself. It'll allow you to channel those things into something that will keep you motivated far, far beyond any temporary setback, challenge, or adversity. You have to have a mission bigger than yourself. If you don't, I promise you, eventually you will burn out. And then last but not least is I want you to learn from good sources. Okay. The reason I put this last is because if you're reading a bunch of books, attending a bunch of seminars and conferences and listening to a whole bunch of podcasts, and obviously this is my industry, so I'm shooting myself in the foot here, but if you're doing all of that before you have any sort of clarity, before you've disciplined yourself to take action on the things that you've learned, before you have a direction to apply yourself towards and you have a mission and a vision that you seek to accomplish in this world, you're kind of just filling up your mind with a bunch of stuff for no reason. It's not going to make a difference. You're not going to be able to do anything with that information because you don't have the necessary prerequisites in order to truly apply and reap the benefits. So listen, I'm a huge fan of books. I'm coming out with a couple myself. Make sure you go to brandonleeburns.com in order to check that out, or everydaymeanseveryday.com. You can kind of navigate between the two sites. So I'm a huge proponent of podcasts, huge proponent of learning from people, huge proponent of getting in the room for events and reading books. Like, this is the stuff that I do for a living. But, okay, and this is important, you need to have some fertile ground. And a lot of times your mind is so cluttered, your soul is so cluttered, and you're not even halfway close to the best version of yourself yet. So what are you learning all this stuff for? It's not like you're going to do anything. It's not going to change anything. Give yourself some fertile soil first, and then get in the right environments to plant those seeds, learn the information, and then execute on it from there. Hey, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Until next time, do not forget, share this with somebody who'll find value from it. And every day means every day. See you on the next one.